Hey guys,
Hey,
for another stupendous week of Turning the Wheel Campaign 2, we join the four newest Sendin Marines Andreas, Siegfried, Thaddeus, and Turman. I we played last week, right? We didn't have to skip one. Sound right to you guys?
Yes.
Nope.
Sure.
yes.
Didn't we skip one?
I think it was 2 weeks
At some
ago.
point
weeks
there
ago.
was. Yeah.
Okay.
So everybody remembers what happened probably then, right?
Not at all.
We're on a boat.
We got
We joined the Marines.
Yep.
We're
And we're on a
forced
boat.
into the Marines.
We're forced in the Marines.
Some of you were forced into the Marines.
I was.
I live to serve.
We bought goods. Bought a lot of goods.
We did.
We were attacked by witch hunters.
Witch hunters.
We
Yes.
slew 4 of them.
Andreas got to bang his baby mama
And what's
one
her
last
face?
time.
Yes.
And what's her face got away with
Goodbye,
some
Keith.
sort of talisman.
We didn't get her name.
Yeah, the witch hunter.
I think it was a ring. A ring and the halberd.
A ring. Or
Yeah.
what? Oh, it was it was a weapon
Was it an
of
amulet?
some sort.
It was
right.
both.
Yeah.
Yes.
A ring and a
The
weapon.
glaive. It was like
it was a
wasn't-
yeah, glaive. You're right.
like a
yes.
flaming glaive or some shit.
Yes.
Did fire damage. Yeah.
And a ring. A ring of fire.
Do I know if it's going to be extremely cold where we're going? Or extremely hot?
I mean, you know that at nighttime there's no trees or anything that's going to hold in the heat, so you would know that it's going to be very cold at
Yeah.
night either way out on the open sea.
Well, how about like the latitude of this location, which the star map points to? Is it a warm?
You don't know. You've never
Okay.
been over there. You don't know what that world is like.
I don't know. It could have a current that brings like a warm air.
Mm-hmm.
Or it
Could
could
have
have
a jet stream.
not a current. Yeah,
Could
jet
have a
stream.
cold weather current.
Yep.
Could have all sorts of things that mess with the weather over yonder.
Yep.
Can I ask the captain or the first mate, if he's not available, what interested them in going on volunteering for this journey to as far as we know, an uncharted land?
Well, I hate to speak for the captain, but I imagine it's whenever you explore a new world, there's profit, yeah? New things, new stuff being first gives you an advantage.
Yet we're not first. The ones that came back went crazy and turned into psychic monsters of some sort.
Yeah, but they didn't come back, right? They describe it sounds like even more advanced than the 3 empires. So if we can reach those people, maybe they make us properly rich. I mean, sending Marines is still ascending, so I'm sure we'll get plenty of money.
We'll see what happens. We don't, from the journal, if I'm remembering right, the people were described as having 2 souls.
Who knows what the hell that means?
Was there any just other descriptors in the journal? Like, I'm trying to remember out of.
Yeah, they describe in like airships and like
Oh shit.
Elaborate, sort of futuristic areas.
Wow. Okay. So in my head, I was thinking, tribes, but this seems like advanced civilization stuff.
Yeah, that is what it was described in the book.
Oh wow. So you could find a gun.
Well, you can find a gun on the continent you're on.
Undead conquistador.
There was the bait. The bait was laid and it was caught. Interesting. Do we have a guesstimate of the length of this journey?
You know that it took several months, according to the star log, and they estimated that it was, thousands of miles to cross this water.
Just get comfortable at sea then.
Well, you guys did buy a lot of provisions, so
Plus, we have the fishing gear to get that that protein and all the extra little fun stuff.
I want to fish. Let's fish.
Just fish. Rawr. I try to do the
Oh,
same stuff here.
okay. Do you guys have any other questions as you set out? I will.
Have we? Are we in dock port right now, or have we already started?
You can still be in the port if you have something last thing you need to do.
No, just curious.
I want to make sure you guys have everything you think you need for this expedition before you begin the expedition.
I want my braces.
Maybe we'll find more braces on the continent. Is there a name? Do we have a name of the continent?
No.
Well, if no one else has any questions, let's get underway. No time to lose.
Actually, I think I need some strings for my lute.
Okay, it costs you a couple gold pieces to get some backup strings for your lute.
Okay.
Instruments being quite expensive things, but makes sense to have items like that.
Of course. We got rum. I don't think we have enough rum. I mean, we have one barrel. That's it.
I only have 3 silver in the party gold pile, so I'm going to spend most of it on food.
That's okay.
Andreas, we're going to celebrate our journey, and then we are not after that. We have work to do.
Oh, yeah. 1,000 miles of work. Thousands of miles of work. The trick is to make it look like you're working. You're like, yeah, Captain, I'm going down to go take care of the bilge. You go down there, you bring a little blanket with you, find a little place to cuddle up.
Andreas, you will work along with everyone else.
Oh yeah, I'll work. I like being. I don't like. Sometimes you got to pace yourself.
We can be row partners.
Nah.
You can sit next to me, and I'll make sure you put in your share.
Well, I'd rather be next to Thurman, because that way I could act like I'm rowing and he's just rowing. You know,
Thurman and Thaddeus should be partners because their size difference offsets each other. We're about the same.
Yeah, but Thurman is a Goliath, and you know the thing about the Goliaths and the dwarfs, they got beef. That's what I heard.
I don't think that's true. Insight check.
Well, they're giantoids. The
My insight
Goliath.
is -1. I got a 9.
I have no problem with anybody as long as they're Sundance.
See, I'm telling you.
And they believe what I believe.
And they look like me.
And they look like me. It's so much aggressive. It's okay. They're puny, but it's okay.
See, he thinks they're puny, and that means he doesn't want to row with them. He wants to row with a guy like me.
It's my job to protect them because they're sending.
He could protect me from the other Ascendants who want to kill me.
I protect you all.
Look, the key to be on these ships for long term, you don't get in anybody's business,
All right. Anyone else need anything?
and you keep your area clean.
You guys set out aboard Araxes Prize on your journey far to the east, and hours turn to days, which turn to weeks across the open sea as you see the typical Great Sea marvels: schools of tuna, breaching whales, a blue dragon soaring far away in the wind, flying fish, etc. Various typical sea marvels. Some of which are new to you, but some of which bring back memories of younger days. And as finally a month passes and you find yourself relying more and more on the hardtack biscuit provisions and what limited fish you're able to catch to add to the flavor with salted fish, and the limited citrus that remains before you make land to avoid scurvy. The ship's boy up in the crow's nest calls out that he sees a wreck ahead, and he points, and dashing to the fore of the ship, to the bow of the ship, Andreas, with your spyglass, you lift it up and you look out, and you see a strange bunch of wreckage floating on the sea. Certainly pieces like it don't look like any ship you have ever seen. There's huge metal hunks, sort of curved, floating on top of the sea with strange wiring trailing away from them. That your ship will be passing through any minute.
Can I determine whether or not it is a hazard to our ship?
Give me a sailing check.
What's that?
So you have background as a pirate, correct?
Yep.
So give me a whichever attribute you would use for your memory with your proficiency, because you are an experienced seaman.
All right, so I'm going to use wisdom plus 4, so 11.
You imagine that passing directly through most shipwrecks would hurt your ship, yes?
Turn hard to port. Turn hard to port.
You hear the sails creak in the wind and the grinding of the wheel as the keel is turned to bring the ship to port. When a couple minutes later, from up in the crow's nest, you hear the ship's boy shout, "Man overboard!"
All right, quick. Get the dinghies out. Get the dinghies out. Come on, you lacklusters.
I'll save you. Give me
Come
the
on.
rope.
All right, so we quickly, and I've done this a billion times, we quickly get one of the away boats off and get it Thurman and me and the boys in there rowing with strength. With such strength.
Who define the boys? Siegfried and Thaddeus?
Yep, and Thurman.
Ain't got no strength.
That's all right. You got heavy cloaks on. It makes you look strong.
And then you look up and you see the ship's boy pointing out towards the wreckage, and he says, "There, Andreas! He's floating on top of that metal bit. He's clinging."
All right, let's go get him. Come on. before the sharks do. Put your back into it, Thurman.
Ow, ow, roll, roll, ow, ow.
All right, give me a vehicles check. Whoever's piloting this.
I'm piloting this. I'm the best pilot. All right, that's the same thing, right?
On the open sea here, picking the course would be intelligence.
Not that good with that one. All right, intelligence. Proficiency check.
Well,
Too?
survival is what is wisdom, so you could use wisdom instead. But
Yeah,
you are
it should be
proficient in
survival,
this.
right?
If you are proficient in water vehicles, it
Yes.
would be a wisdom proficiency check. Yes.
All right. So in that case, I got a 10, 12. Fuck, I'm sorry. 10, 11, 13.
Okay, so you fortunately you have some friends who are able to poke the bigger bits of wreckage out of the way, but you make your way through, and eventually you do see a tall, sort of thin person clinging to a bit of the wreckage. You can see that their hands are like sort of tied up in some sort of strange, sort of filamentary net rather than the types of nets that you're useful. Like this is much finer, but like the person's hand is tied into it, like they were clinging to this with all their life, and they knew that they would fail.
So it doesn't look like he some sort of prisoner.
He's not bonded, right?
He's not like tied. It
bound.
looks like he like
Okay.
tied himself to it so that if he
Okay.
fell asleep, he's still holding it.
Okay. So he's doing a Leonardo DiCaprio here,
Right, right.
or not? He isn't doing a Leonardo.
I'll save you. Ow. I reach out and I grab him.
Okay. So as you reach out and you grab him, he stirs a little bit, and you hear him mumbling in a language that you don't understand.
All right, I grab him up and I sit him in the boat.
While we're out here floating about, is there any pieces of this wreckage that we could easily pick up and stick in the boat?
Give me a.
Percept.
I don't necessarily want to say that it's like perception could certainly be part of it, but it's not necessarily going to. Like seeing them
Survival.
and knowing what is like good are different.
Not even what's good. Just I'm trying to see if this is a fascinating construction. I want to see what it's made of, even just a piece of metal or whatever.
Yeah. So as you look around, you can see that this wreckage certainly has more metal on it than you would expect to have from a boat, and you can see there are a lot of sort of strange and arcane sort of looking, wires that are made out of some thin metal. Obviously, you can see other bits of this strange net material. But you also can see sort of the destroyed filament of something that went between these giant frames that are just look like long sort of, they look like they'd be like sails, but sails that were designed the way that like a bat's wing is designed, where there'd be bones passing through the middle, and you've never seen a sail like that.
Huh. Is there two? Is it symmetrical?
There's two of those, yes.
So it's generally a symmetrical thing with two giant wing type things attached.
Well, it's
to
not
it.
symmetrical anymore, but you can see like that there are two of those giant pieces.
Huh.
The intended design would have been something like that.
Perhaps, yes.
Fascinating. Just when I thought the sloop was the number one vessel.
Sloop.
Can we, is this person untangled? Can we bring them and
They're untangled. Yeah. He's been pulled up into the boat.
Let's return him to the boat, and hopefully someone can.
Yeah, I picked him up in the air and kind of plopped him down in the middle of the boat.
You're fine. I protected you. What are you doing? I don't know what you're saying. You make no sense. Why did he talk right? Andreas.
Wait a minute. What are you saying? What are you saying? Okay, at that point, I cast Comprehend Languages as a first level bard spell. And I want to hear what he has to say before we get him back to the captain, you see. And then we're going to act like we don't know. Maybe not. Maybe this will give me a little value on the ship. I get some extra rations.
It's been a long time. I think you've established your capabilities as a sailor over the past month that you've been on the sea.
Yeah, okay.
But so as you cast Comprehend Languages, suddenly the man's mutterings, which, frankly, it sounded like gibberish to all of you before, begin to take shape slowly. And he's talking about a storm that came and destroyed their ship. And he doesn't, and he it's like he can sort of tell that you're there, but that he's not necessarily conscious.
Okay, but he is. He's talking about his ship was destroyed. Okay, we got that, I think. How's the feeling about that? He's not saying his daughter's name or anything like that. What's this guy look like? Is he human?
He looks mostly like he's human. He's sort of paler than you would expect a human to be, especially one who'd been out on this sea. And his skin is also sort of like translucent in a way that a human wouldn't. Sort of pearled, but sort of like a pearl is sort of like shiny and has like swirls underneath the skin, but not quite that bright.
Translucent.
This poor guy's he's suffering PTSD, I think. He keeps saying that the ship got took out and he crashed. Huh. Wonder what the old man's going to do with him. All right, let's get this boat back.
Suddenly, the guy reaches, but he grabs a hold of your shirt and he goes, "Can you understand me?" In perfect common, the way that you would say it. The ship was destroyed. It was a storm. There might be other survivors.
Oh, yeah? Well, I guess we could row around here and look. My name's Andreas. Nice to meet you. We're here from the Ascendant Marines. We're here to save you.
I am Terminator. If you don't know me now, you'll know me later.
My name is Yenuk.
Tell me, Yenuk, where are you from? Because we're way out here, far from our homeland. And we could use some supplies on the boat and some oranges or some citrus for sure. And
We
some
are the
rum.
survivors. Show me.
He says, he like feebly attempts to like reach up and look over the boat and sees the wreckage and just sort of like feebly pull hand before um falling back unconscious apparently and returning to his mutterings.
I will do a perception check to see anything, like any other survivors, any loot, all that fun jazz. A whole whopping 5.
You don't see any out there.
Well, we gave it our
I
best
rolled
shot.
a 13. I rolled a 13 looking because I'm desperate.
Ow! Where are they? Show me.
You don't see any.
All right, we did our best. Let's haul this Yannick back to the ship. See what the old man has to do with him. All right, put your back into it, Thurman.
Ow! 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 Roll! Ow!
Hey, Thaddeus, did you notice how this guy looks? His skin is real fishy looking.
Yes. It's very interesting. It's something I've never seen before.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that. And that strange dialect, I've never heard anything like that. Maybe we're on the edge of where we're trying to get to.
Yes, have you ever seen a ship like this before?
Absolutely not. I mean, look how much metal is stuck to this thing, and all these cables and wires. I mean, what do you need all that rigging for? There's only these crazy, weird horizontal sails. I mean, huh. All right, Mr. World, we bring them on back to the old man.
Okay, so you make it your way back to the boat. You pull up, and the other sailors help you direct him to a bed that you guys sort of use when people get sick. I mean, it is still a boat. You do still get sick, and you have a place that's isolated to try to keep the crew from getting, it's sweeping through the crew if somebody eats something bad or some other way that gets them sick.
Only puny girly man gets sick on the boat.
Can I make a medicine check to make sure that he'll be fine?
Yeah, you can definitely make a medicine check to give him a look over.
Holy fucking shit tonight, D&D Beyond.
The dice gods are
A whole
kind.
whopping 8.
You sort of like look over his body and like, again, this you're not certain whether this person is a human, an elf, or what they are, so you're not quite certain where things are supposed to be. But when you poke about sort of randomly attempting to guess, and he doesn't wince in any ways that you would expect somebody with an internal injury to do. You guess, but again, you don't know what his skin's supposed to look like, but you don't know how long he's been just exposed to the sun at the sea. There's probably some exposure risks or some dehydration would be your immediate guesses as a trained medical person for what might be wrong.
So I'm not 100%, basically.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Okay, well then we will just do a cure wounds to make sure that he's fine. Make sure no internal bleeding is happening. By the gatekeeper. Or 10 health if he's missing any health.
Okay.
Mr. World, would it be a fair assumption that from the descriptions of the journal, this is a native of the continent and this is an airship in the wreckage?
You've never seen an airship before. And the orc sea captain who was keeping the log is not a particularly gifted descriptive writer. He described obviously that the people of that land, talked about having two souls, but he was just said that there were ships that were flying through the air. Like the broken wreckage. It's unclear whether this is one or not.
Sure. I'll have to wait for him to wake up to get more details. What does the captain think?
Well, the captain walks in and looking down at him, he says, "Is the only one?"
Yeah, it's the only one, Cap. Look at his skin. Isn't it weird? It's kind of like translucent and fishy. I call him fishy.
He's turning clear.
He's going clear, Captain.
It is strange.
I'm thinking he has some kind of equine origins, like some kind of merman or something. Maybe a half merman.
I've seen a merman. They don't look anything like this.
We don't know what we're
They're
getting
bluer.
into out here. Yeah.
They're
Sorry.
bluer. Got gills.
Yeah, this
Some
one doesn't
have gills.
Oh, you know what it had? Now that I'm thinking about it, it had these weird webs all around his hands, somehow holding him onto the wreckage when the flotsam.
That was netting from the boat, right?
Yeah.
It was very fine netting, though.
We took some with as we chopped it clear.
He said, "I've never seen that like this before. It seems finely made. Really light."
Yeah, I think this ship, I mean, the amount of metal content on it was amazing.
Oleg, send a salvage crew in through that wreckage. See what you can find. He shouts up, and Oleg, one of the sailors, salutes him and then begins following the order.
And now, Captain, I want you to know that he speaks a foreign tongue, but I can understand it, you see? And I just want to let you know that if you need my help, I'm here for you. Okay?
I know, Andreas. You don't have to apologize to me anymore. A month is enough.
Thanks, Skipper. You run a tight ship here.
Let me know if anything changes. And then he walks back up to the stern castle to help navigate the boat and talk to the helmsman and the first mate and make proper adjustments to wait for the salvage crew to return. Leaves the four of you alone. I mean, this private text conversation you guys are having seems like a thing you could be having out loud.
No, it's private.
Why is he clear? Why
Well,
is he turning clear? It's not normal. I've been stuck on seas for days. I've been stranded at sea. My skin doesn't turn clear.
well, I mean, if this thing is out here, that means there's got to be land close that we can go and, go mix with the locals, maybe. You know? A nice day, just feet up off the ground, sitting in a hammock. Sure.
It looked like he was turning into something.
You think? Yeah, I wish he
I
would
don't-
wake up because I got so many questions for him.
I mean, from my examination, it doesn't seem like he is too hurt, but I made sure with a healing spell that he will survive. So we can wait and let him rest, and we will go from there.
What if he was turning into one of those beasts from the other ship?
Then we will fell him like the other beasts.
Yeah, keep an eye on him.
Can I do a history or some kind of nature check to see if I can remember what this guy might be?
Yeah, which one would you like to do?
Doesn't matter, same score. So, history, I suppose. And we're going to use the old knowledge from a past life ability. Remembering perhaps a book I read or item I've heard. So that's a total of 17.
Briefly, you have a memory of reading tales of adventure when you were a child with your tutor, sitting in the tower of a castle as the sun sort of shone down upon you. And the adventure tale you remember is of a brave knight who set off across the sky on a Pegasus and landed on an island where he met living pearls. But when he attempted to take a beautiful one for his bride in return, the pearls had attacked him and he was not allowed to take the pearl away.
Very interesting. I'll share a summary of this story with the group. So
Well,
perhaps
what's the
there is.
summary? You got to tell them.
I do so. Guys, I don't want to remember exactly what you just said, but perhaps not all tales are fiction. Perhaps there is some truth in them. If we are close to an island with his people, Yanuk.
Yeah, his name was Yanuk.
Yanuk, is it like Y-E-N? Sorry, get down.
I think Y-E-N.
Enoch. Come on,
Enoch.
I'm not sure what I say.
Well, let's see if we can wake him up. Let's go talk to him.
Let's tap him. Give him a rough shoulder nudge. See what happens.
I mean, we're
Hey, you, wake up!
I'm sorry, there's nothing. The storm's too big. It's going down.
Snap out of it. You're fine.
I shake him a little bit. I grab him.
Do the airplane slap, and the next person comes over and slap.
Ow! Get a hold of yourself! Ow!
Shaking him does not appear to have any effect at waking him up from his sleep.
Got any smelling salts, Andreas? I'm sure you need those sometimes.
no. I sold him. I traded somebody's smelling salts for a pint. I don't want to think about what he was doing with them. No, I think we'd just be patient with this guy. He needs some sleep. I'm afraid he's going to dry out like a fish out of water, though. By the time he comes down, he was just evaporated in like a husk, like a dried fish, like a salted cod. We'll see.
Water! Spray him in the face with water!
I mean, we don't got time for this guy to just be sleeping around. I mean, we risked our lives to go pull him out of the drink. Is that do we have that darn salvage crew has come back yet? I'm curious to see what they have.
So the salvage crew comes back with various bits of just like metal, a large chunk of that netting, some strange wood that's unlike anything that your ship's built out of, and various sort of long uh, spools of wire that they said they found hanging off the back of a large piece of wood. And the wiring seems to have some sort of like crystal woven through it.
Spool like fishing line?
Like a big spool of wire, that's a thing. But yeah, like fishing line. But it's like larger than fishing line.
Is it on a spool?
Yeah.
Huh.
But assuming they didn't find any more survivors, he's the last one.
That could be useful.
On a ship that was destroyed in a storm.
It must have been one hell of a storm to knock out a big technical vehicle like that.
We haven't seen any majorly inclement weather on the horizon recently, have we?
Man, you've been traveling. There's been storms and things. Like it's been a month on the sea. Storms are pretty normal.
Okay, I pull out my loot and I start doing a performance for the crew and everybody around, just to make them happy.
Okay, give me a performance check.
11.
You give a pretty average performance. You know, the weather hasn't been kind to your loot.
We sail the breeze, we piss in the breeze. We do what we please. We're sending Marines with a stroke of the oar and a promise of a pour. We dogs of war. We're on your shores.
You hear some muttering among the crew about asking if you just rhymed breeze with breeze.
Yeah, see, boys, the first line's supposed to be we sail the seas, we piss in the breeze. I messed it
Why
up.
would you do that? It just gets you all wet.
Well, it just shows that we're crazy. And we're wild, man.
Sounds like we're stupid, man.
You know, when you're partying hard, sometimes you just piss your pants. You're having such a good time. Or sometimes you get so hammered that you fall asleep and you piss your pants in your bed. That's not as good.
Been there, done
Anyways.
that.
Anyways, Captain, sir, is it at all possible to ascertain the direction that the ship came from? And would it match up with the coordinates that we are headed?
I have no idea. Like I don't know how you possibly could, even if you were familiar with this type of ship. Like you don't see like so in like a normal shipwreck, right? Like some of it would be pointed in a way, and there'd be like a bow and a stern, and somebody that's part of the crew be familiar enough with ships to maybe guess that type of thing. But this wreckage doesn't seem to have those things. At least not in the way that you would expect to see.
Well, then what do we do? Do we sit here and wait for this person to wake up? Potentially for days, or would he?
Well, once the
Yeah.
salvage crew returned, the ship sort of moved on. They're not just sitting on the wreckage.
Okay,
There's
so we're
ways to do
already
it.
leaving, and we just got this guy hanging out.
Yeah,
We
you
just
got
have to
places
wait for
be.
this guy to wake up.
Siegfried will stand sentinel and wait.
Where are you standing, Sentinel? Outside his door, inside?
I'll wait inside. Just looming like in the
looming
corner.
over his body.
This
Just-
black
I-
knight hanging over your
I
bed.
got
with a-
all night. There's nothing else is happening.
I take it you don't need a lot of sleep.
Justice doesn't sleep. All right, damn it, it's vengeance. I screwed up the line. Whatever, continue.
God damn it, dollar store Batman.
He's even worse than dollar store Batman.
It's dollar store.
He's the 2 for $1 at the dollar store Batman.
I'm the dollar store item on a discount.
He's the clearance at the dollar store.
There's plenty on the shelf because nobody wants it. Can we continue past this?
Yes, we're patiently waiting.
I was hoping other people would make fun of Martin.
Oh, we
I
did.
mean,
I will
he
kill
sounded
you all.
really sad in that last part, so I stopped.
I screwed up one line, and now we're hanging on to this for 15 minutes while Alex tries to think up some background for this guy to talk about.
False.
Yeah, this is all improv.
As
Wait,
as Siegfried sits sentinel, eventually, after a couple hours, the man sits up and looks around, and then you see after a brief second his eyes look directly at you, and he goes, "Who are you then?"
I am Siegfried, one of your rescuers. If you are feeling up for it, we have multiple questions for you.
Rescue us. What happened?
You don't remember?
I saved you with my big hands. I picked you up and I saved you.
I didn't realize Thurman was in this room.
He busted
I
like the
wasn't-
Kool-Aid man. Just, I'm here!
Because Thurman needs to
Little
sleep.
man, I hear you awake.
Siegfried, racial ability, he does not need to sleep, so he's able to just like sit there, sentinel, doesn't sleep. Thurman does need to sleep, so he says, "No, where am I?"
That's what Thurman said in his sleep.
It's dreaming about it. You're aboard the Araxes Prize. We are headed east towards an unknown land, and we encountered your shipwreck and found you floating on some wreckage.
East? From where? There's nothing west.
Interesting. There is a great land to the west where we hail from. Where are you from?
Is Hollowens Kindas.
Hollow Ends and Kindus?
Hollowmens.
Hollow Men's?
Oh my god.
You got the
Why-
rest of it down.
Why are we having Martin do any interrogating?
I'm the one that doesn't sleep, baby. I'm here. I'm just trying to get the notes down so I can say it correctly there. Y'all, man, what is this?
It's pronounced with an
you said
H. I said Hollowmens, and you're retarded.
Alamens.
Holla.
I'm just gonna copy C.
As
copy
in
V.
holla at your boy.
Kindus. I also have children around me, so things are happening.
Yeah, Thurman figured it out.
Where were we? There's a lot happening. What do you remember? What happened to your ship?
No, I woke up, I was here. Last I remember, I was home with my father. Can you
don't-
take me to
you
him?
don't- You don't remember being on a ship?
No, I was on a ship.
Something akin to it. There's no wreckage in this room, so I can't show them. But I can show you items of it later if it would help jog your memory.
Last I remember, I was at home with Father. We should go back there.
Are you familiar in the ways of seafaring? Could you guide us if it is on our way?
Yes, of course. What is Luftingia?
I don't think I said that. What makes you say that?
I hear it. It's like somebody keeps saying it, screaming it into the darkness.
If these helmet lenses could narrow, they would. Could you tell me more?
It's like a voice. Is there someone else in here?
It is only us.
It sounds scared.
And they only repeat Leftingia over and over again.
I screamed it just once. Father will know what it means. We should go to him.
Do you feel rested to walk, or should I gather the others?
He says, I can walk.
Let's see. What time is it? Like, is everyone asleep?
Yeah, it's like the very early hours of the night.
Okay, perhaps we should wait. Others need rest. Do you require food?
I am hungry.
I'm sure there would be a plate of rations brought just in case they woke up, so I will present that to them.
What is this? It's hard. This is never lived.
It's crackers. Isn't there fish?
I need something alive.
There's fish, right? We have fish.
It's like dried fish.
This used to live. Dried fish.
Yes. No. This will not do.
I could do nothing at this moment. What can you describe your homeland while we wait?
His father's home. He lives there with his children. We all live there.
How many of you are there, if I may be so bold to ask?
Many.
In my youth, I've heard tales of a island with pearl people, living pearls. Does any of this ring a bell to you?
He looks down at his skin and goes, maybe. You've heard of Father?
Does he have a name?
Father.
In our land, Father is a title, not a name. He only goes by Father.
It's the only name he needs. He is Father.
Is any more descriptions of the land where it could be? Is it an island, a small island?
I need to see the sky. Take me to the sky.
Let us go quietly to the top of the ship. I don't know, whatever. The deck.
You see, he walks up. He puts his head to the sky, and he sort of sways gently And then you feel briefly sort of like a presence reaching out from him. And then he goes, "Father's this way." And he points to the northeast. Home is that way. Will you take me there?
Is that in the direction that we were headed?
Not really.
We will have to discuss this with the captain. But if it is not far, I don't see a reason why we could not detour for a little while.
Do you have something to eat?
You require something living.
Yes,
Would a fish do?
if it's alive. I've eaten fish before.
Do we have any like fish in a tank? I don't know. I do not. I have not partaken in any living food items for many days. Nor do I know how to fish. So someone else might have to do that. We go and wake Andreas and Thurman and Thaddeus and introduce our new friend.
Are these your food?
Oh, these are friends, not food.
This one smells like food. And he points at Thurman.
He's got quite a lot of beef. But no, he might eat you before you eat him.
Don't look at me that way, you puny man. I'm not food.
Do you have any food?
Fish. We go fishing. I catch a tuna. It's not a tuna if I don't catch it.
Thurman, could you catch a fish for our new friend while I go awaken the captain and inform him that our
Of
guest
course.
has
It'd be my pleasure.
I put some bait on my hook and cast it out there, and I'm like elated. Absolutely elated. I start humming songs of Andreas's.
Like, oh, I could hear him.
Well, we do the thing. We go on the ship and on the.
Enoch follows you as you go to get food, and you see him. He wrinkles his nose terribly when you go into the room where you store the bait, and he goes, "Oh, it's rotten. It's dead. A week." This is not food.
I just got the fish. I got it for you. It's. What do you mean it's not food?
And he points at the bait, and he says, "This is dead too long. It's not for eating."
At this point, I'm going to go.
They
Over
know
to-
it's not for eating.
I'm going over to Siegfried, and I'm like,
This thing eats living creatures, Siggy.
You eat living creatures. You may kill it first and cook it.
Yeah, but he eats stuff alive.
Give
I
him
mean,
a live fish.
Is
I
he?
I give him one of the. I basically take a lot after I listen to Andres and Siegfried. I take one of the fish that's still living, flapping, and I hand it over to him.
So you did not catch any fish for the reason that he told you. Your bait has spoiled.
Oh, the bait's spoiled. Oh, I thought we caught fish. All right.
No,
all right.
the bait is dead too long.
Oh.
can I get a chance to ask this guy a couple questions here?
I take my lure out, my lure kit out, and I cast out.
It says there's no food on it.
It's a lure.
What's this mean?
It's a lure. It's a flashy lure with hooks on it. Don't
What's
need
it
bait.
do?
Basically attracts the fish to it as if it was bait.
It's a trick.
Yeah, it's a trick. It tricks the fish. Let me ask you something there, Yannick.
Hmm?
Now, what are you normally dining on?
Food.
Well, you just, there's all different kind of people. Some people eat this kind of food. Some people eat this kind of food. Now, normally what we eat is some plants that are dead for a while, but then we turn them into dry. Anyway, I
Yes,
noticed.
food eats food.
So do you? So you eat living creatures?
Yes, food.
Okay. Tell me, do you ever eat things that walk on two legs?
Yes, food.
Do they have two arms and a
Some
head?
Food. Some food.
Yep. Okay. So the blood, does the blood interest you?
Food has blood.
Do you drink the blood? Is it part of the drink? You have the food, you have the drinks.
No, food is not drinks.
So just the flesh, not the blood. But the blood comes along with the flesh sometimes.
Yes, food has blood.
I see. Okay. So what you're telling me is you eat humanoids.
I eat food.
Would you consider me food?
Sour.
You're right. I'm not. I'm
Gotcha.
sour. I got a lot of.
You see, he like sniffed.
Okay.
Have we summoned the captain yet?
Yeah, we need to talk to the captain. We need to talk to the captain a little bit first before we let him talk. So I talk to the captain. Say, look, Skipper, this thing is eating. It's a cannibal. Captain, this thing
Cannibal.
It's
We're trying
not
to
a
feed him-
cannibal.
Yes, it is.
It's
We're
a
trying.
potential cannibal.
It's a predator, and it
That's
doesn't.
fair.
Captain, this thing will not eat the hardtack. It won't eat the dried codfish, and it is talking about eating humanoids alive, and that's all it wants.
It is hungry.
And
You
it's
brought
hungry.
it on my ship.
We rescued it
Maybe
from
we
the
need to
ship.
get it off the ship, Cap.
He pointed. He knows the location of where he came from. We could find more information there to the northeast. And I'll motion to the general direction where he pointed.
Apparently, I'm sour though to him, so he doesn't want to eat me.
You're sour to me too, Andreas. I thought I told you to take a bath.
I didn't want to use the fresh water, Skipper. Listen,
No
I
one told
think,
you to take a fresh water bath, Andreas.
but the salt water chafes my groin.
Your smell chafes my nose.
Listen, you know how it is on here, Captain. I try to stay clean. I tell all the boys try to stay clean because we got to live together, all that stuff. But listen, Captain, I do not think we need to go to this creature's island if he's got all the oranges in the Eastern Hemisphere because they are going to eat us alive. I'm just warning you.
He's shown no aggression towards any of us. He's just hungry.
What if we get to their island and they have a whole bunch of people like little cattle and they're just eating them? Because it sounds like they just eat humanoids. This is what I'm learning.
What did he say exactly?
He said that food looks like me. He says food has two legs and arms and heads, and he likes to eat them fresh. I mean, alive. He doesn't drink the blood, but the blood comes along with the flesh. I mean, this thing is a monster. And look at his
Andre,
skin.
You could classify me as a monster in similar fashion.
Well, I don't want to.
I've heard people describe the Goliaths out west as monsters too.
Okay. Let's go to the Cannibal Island then.
He could hear something from me, something from my past. I feel it's worth exploring.
What?
He mentioned a name, a land.
What do you mean?
He knew something I did not speak of. I feel like his kind or his.
Be straight, man. What are you talking about?
He said Luftingia.
That's where you're from, right?
Supposedly, yes.
Supposedly.
Without me mentioning it, he said he heard it, and we were the only ones in the room.
Maybe we were all there. Did you talk about it earlier?
No,
People hear things when they're unconscious.
I don't believe I've mentioned that name to any of the group except besides Thaddeus.
That true?
I'm pretty sure that's true.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
I don't remember. It was not true. I don't think I've said.
Pretty sure you mentioned it at your trial.
Maybe. Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I did. Okay. Well, whatever. Maybe it is true. Whatever.
You did not mention it today, however. That is true.
Not to them. And this whole eating living things. You would eat a fish if we had a live fish. It's not like they only eat people. It seems like they're whatever species they are, they must eat a living entity to consume. They can't cook meat or harvest
Being
grain.
quite generous.
If he was a threat, he would be dispatched and we would move on. I don't feel he's a threat.
He's not a threat because he's by himself. Now we go to his Cannibal Island, we'll see something else, I'm sure. Especially if they have gigantic metal ships that can fly through the air.
Well, we don't actually know that or not. But
I
we
got a
also
bad
owe-
feeling about this.
We owe this person? Question mark. They have 2 arms and 2 legs, right? They're humanoid-ish. You describe them as human-like. Is that what this guy-
Cannibal.
We owe them at least to drop them off in their area.
Humanoidable.
Humanoidable. To bring them to their home. Perhaps there's a reward. How about that, if that motivates you?
Ironbrow, you're quiet. What do you think?
I think we should go the way that is pulling us. Even though it might be a cannibal.
Goddamn clerics say things so strange. What do you mean, man?
We go the
Are
way
you pulling
it
us?
feels where its father is.
Thaddeus, you said, I don't know if you said, you spared this one's life. The Gravekeeper wants it alive for a reason, yes? Similar to myself.
Exactly.
It would be a disservice to dispatch him here and now for no reason without at least exploring the possibility of returning him to his people.
Well, the 4 of you have been around him the most. If he's got a home, maybe we can resupply and spare the voyage. The 4 of you work it out. Make sure you talk to the Goliath. He seems like he's dumb, but I think we all know there's capable marine in that head.
Is Thurman not in this room?
He's fishing.
Oh, still? It's like you're talking to him very nicely. He's standing right there.
But yeah, I keep on casting. I'm just like alone in my own world, loving life. Singing Andres' song. We are the thing in the two. I'm
Enoch
the
is
do the
with you
thing.
too.
Yeah.
So you and Enoch just sit on the side of the
He's
boat.
just like staring at you and at the bait. It's not food.
You're my buddy. I'll get you food.
It doesn't work. Your trick. They can't see it. It's in the dark.
I just keep casting.
Well, I vote to the land of Pearl people.
Sail the seas, we pissed the breeze, we do we please.
All right. I'm telling you, we're going to be cannibalized. This thing, the captain left it up to us.
Yes, he did.
Oh my God. We're really going to go to the cannibal island?
This guy really likes me. He
I
looks at me like he loves me.
mean, we're going to be completely at their mercy. I mean, we come in there with one ship and they got their iron ships. We're going to be like an ant.
Remember, this ship was destroyed in a storm, and we've been through many storms. Perhaps their vessels are not as robust as they look.
Huh. Maybe they're at war with some other faction. We'll see. I mean, hopefully we're sour enough they wouldn't want to eat us. I thought he said he thought Thurman looked like food, though. He liked it. Looks at Thurman's food. We'll see.
I feel like Thurman can defend himself.
Against an entire nation of cannibals.
Of course.
Thurman will beat all of them if they try to bite me.
They're going to bite you, Thurman. They want to eat you alive. No, I'll go. I'm telling you, boys. I think they're cannibals. I just say, let's be careful.
Can you be as you're not a cannibal if you're only a cannibal if you eat your own race.
Well, look, are there predators that prey on humans?
We are predators.
Well, what do
We're
you call
all
a bear that
predators
eats
in
a
one
person?
Let
way
me
or
reiterate. I'm a predator, but I'm not going to kill you.
Okay. I mean, here's the thing. What if we get there and they say, hey, you want to have some dinner with us? And they say, okay. And then we say, okay. And then we go to a place and then there's people there lined up, like maybe with some spices poured on them or something, some sauces on them. Maybe it's like some honey poured on people. I mean, I'm not going to eat that. And if these guys start eating people in front of me, it's kind of a moral dilemma. I'm not, I don't know. Are people cattle in this place? I guess we're going to find out.
I probably didn't mention. Enoch said that there were no lands to the west and that was impossible. So these people are not well traveled. Maybe less so than ourselves. I don't believe they'll have cattle of people if they haven't been that far. So let's lay out the facts. Enoch is alone. He knows where his home is. They eat living things, not just people. He would eat a fish if we could catch a fish in the dark.
Not just people, but it includes people.
You would eat a person if you had to. Anyways, glossing over that. Potential
Just
restock
gloss
of the
over
ship.
that. Just gloss over that.
That's fine. He's not gonna eat me, so it's fine. Potential restock of the ship at a port at this place.
Potentially
Return Enoch to his people and do the right thing.
potential liquidation of the entire crew.
Seems fine. My vote is for the right thing.
Well, listen, if we could just stay on their good side, hopefully they won't eat us. Once we're outnumbered thousands to one. But hey,
I mean, worst case scenario.
worst case scenario.
Worst case scenario.
Hey, the captain left it up to us. He must trust us.
Yeah. Let us go. It is the only
Good.
land we know of. Let us start there.
Can we go back to Enoch? I will, anyways. Enoch, settle a dispute for me.
What?
If we bring you back to your land and your father, would we be consumed in an orgy of gluttony by your people?
You are food.
That is an interesting answer. What if we approach your island and drop you off into the water and then leave? Can you swim?
What if we brought you other food?
I am hungry.
What food can we bring you with us?
There's only food and not food.
But not Thurman food.
You're not food?
No, I am. No, Thurman saved you. I'm your friend.
Friend.
I saved you. I pulled you up. I saved you from dying.
What is friend?
You want to chew on me?
What is friend?
I take care of you. I feed you. Not
No.
with myself, but with other things.
Father does these things. Father
But we are
cares.
extensions of Father.
No.
Enoch, can you describe your father?
His father.
Any physical characteristics or personality traits?
What are these words?
How do you know the common language?
Hmm?
Do your people speak this language? You were speaking something else in your delirium.
No, this is food's language. Everyone speaks food.
I'm gonna lean back to Andreas. I'm leaning more towards your idea.
I'm telling you, they're harvesting people
This went south fast.
like cattle.
I was Team Enoch before this conversation. No, I'm not.
I'm telling you. Now listen, the only thing I could say is, if there is a bunch of humans on this island that these cannibals are devouring,
It's cannibal.
well, I'm not. Hold on, Enoch. Don't worry. I'm just going over some ideas. The only thing is to save them. You know what I mean?
Save.
Don't worry about it. They understand. So if we save the, I'm going to call them cattle because he won't know what I'm talking about. So if we can get the cattle,
The food.
yeah, and the thing about it is,
Cattle is food.
50% of that cattle is going to be females, and they're going to be so happy when old Andreas and the boys come in and pull them out of there. They're going to show this ship a heck of a time. Huh? Now that's in motivation. Let's go to the island. 50% of these foods are women.
Food is food.
To you. But to me, it's 50% of that is life itself.
Food is food.
So we've got a moral dilemma more than a choice. I mean, if we go to the island, we have to go. Excuse me. Hey, boys, let's let old Enoch stand over there for a minute. Okay, let's come over here. Come over here. Okay, listen. The only reason we go to this island is to save the people, not to get a lot of treasure. Okay, but we could get a lot of treasure, and we could save all the women and all the guys too. Okay, we'll get the guys too. What do you think? And we can drop this Enoch off at his island, and he can devour people. We'll win. It'll be winning.
Private,
Let's go.
private group conversation. Hold on, quick, because I was thinking about things. The story I remembered. The knight tried to take a Pearl person away, and the Pearl people attacked and killed the knight. Is that right? Enoch wasn't a part of this ship's crew. Enoch was a part of an attack party, or the victim of a kidnapping, and they were destroyed. Yes, does this ring true? In my mind's eye, Dice Daddy, does that sound right?
I don't know.
Seems like a fair assumption that Enoch was not actually part of this crew, but he was either a kidnapped person or part of an attack.
They made him do this. They made him this way.
He was born that way. Born a cannibal.
He talks of his father almost religiously.
Yep.
A powerful being has the potential to conjure a magical storm that could take out a single ship. One assumes. The dangers of approaching this island are great now. But on the converse, not going to the island and dropping Enoch off could be potentially dangerous if we are perceived as kidnappers and run into a storm of our own.
Right. What was the name of the land he talked about? Lifaga or something like that?
Kindus? Alamens? Kindus?
Where's that? I
Did
typed it in.
Did not ring any bells.
Lufinga? Lufingia?
Luftingia, that's what I was talking about. That's where I'm from.
Okay.
He perceived that in a room alone with me, assuming he could hear some kind of spiritual calling or something.
Huh. Have we done a detect evil or good on this guy? I don't have that capability, but
Divine sense would be celestial, fiend, or undead. I don't get a vibe of that from this guy at all. I could do it. Turn around, give him a look once over. Divine sense.
it's worth it, I think.
Is he a celestial fiend or undead?
He is not.
Is he affected by the hollow spell?
Your divine sense is Passover, and the only thing you detect is yourself.
Don't worry about that.
He
No,
starts glowing
he's
red.
not- shh, only I can see it. He's fine. He's not that. He is a.
At least you're not a cannibal.
He's, that you know of.
Do you have detect cannibal spell?
That's a level 6.
Friend. He cocks his head when he sees you looking at him. We're going to father now.
I think so. Yeah, we're going right there. Yeah, just 1 minute. What do you think, guys?
Let's go.
I think there's equal danger, but I feel like bringing this one back to his place is the best of the options.
It must be our destiny. I've been writing a song about destiny. I just can't wait to drop it on the crew next week. It's really long. Oh my god, it's so long. It's like 15-minute long song. The pan flute solo in the middle is really that's just
Perhaps I could assist you one day in a flute melody.
Yes.
But we
I
must,
could see you being a drummer.
That is not my specialty. In any case, if destiny brought Enoch to us, perhaps it brings us to this place, but we must remain cautious. This father seems on another level, the way he describes him.
I'm afraid once we're in the port there, whatever manner of port they have, we're going to be committed. Given the ships that they are operating, I doubt we'll be able to sail this long ship out of here fast enough. All right, let's go tell the skipper.
Is it a long ship or is it a schooner?
You're in a long ship.
Yeah.
A sloop?
No, the sloop didn't come until much later in the technological race. It's actually the caravel and the cog
Tell me more.
Well, you see, the Santa, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria, we're all cogs.
Anyways,
You're the one that asked him about boats. You got to listen to him. Though.
no, cut him off.
Now, the thing about the cog is
Captain,
it has
please.
high gunwales and it keeps the pirates off the
Enoch,
deck.
are you still hungry? Got some
Yeah.
sour
Yeah.
stuff.
You have food.
Later, once it's light enough to fish.
I think we ought to drink a lot before we get onto the island because I think it would make us sour to them.
I smell food. And he
Yeah,
begins
yeah.
wandering towards where you go below decks.
Why don't you stay up here, Enoch? We're going to keep you above decks.
We got to keep a watch on this guy 24/7. Okay, do you understand? We're going to keep a watch on this guy 24/7,
Even between all the four of us, 6-hour shifts, okay?
Siegfried, keep watching him in 24/7.
I can do this. Enoch and I have an understanding.
Yes. All right, so we're going to go to his island. Can we fast forward to the journey to Enoch's Cannibal Island?
Let's take the dinghy to the island, park the ship outside.
Yes. And just row in, just the four of us with Enoch.
Enoch points the helmsman in the direction after you tell the captain that that's where you should head. And you begin traveling to the northeast over the sea. And through the day, you can see Enoch's temper grows sort of shorter and he begins snapping at people. When people's backs are turned to them, you can see that he sort of moves slowly towards their back while they're turned. Thurman, you're pretty certain at one point you think you caught him licking his lips as he looked at you.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I told you.
He's weird. I
and-
don't like the way he looks at me.
As the sky begins to darken ahead, I need someone to give me sort of a survival check.
Which one of us?
I got it. 22.
Nice.
You know that the sky is darkening early, as about a couple hours earlier than it did yesterday where you were. And then as you continue to sail, the wind picks up and clouds begin moving in.
Kevin, I think a storm's coming in.
And you can feel, as you have many times, the sort of barometric pressure of the air shift as the sky above turns into fierce storm clouds. And you look up, and you can see at the bow of the ship, Enoch standing like Jack from Titanic, his hands wide, and says, "Father, I brought food." And then he turns, and the thunder rolls behind him as he drops and begins sprinting towards the nearest crew member. And we will now roll initiative. Hold on, let me open up the encounter tab and go into the actual fight. All right, now go ahead and push your roll initiative buttons on your sheets, guys. You guys are crushing this initiative. Thaddeus, what'd you get?
3.
Andreas?
22.
You see that your dear friend Enoch has as he ran, you can see that his hair is sort of turning quickly to tentacles, and long sort of ridges are coming out of his forearm back like fins as his fingers sharpen into claws.
Okay, clearly accountable.
You do go first.
I yell out, "Stop in your tracks and get onto your knees, Enoch." And I cast suggestion upon him. All right. Wisdom 13 save.
All you hear as you attempt to do that is the beginnings of sort of like a low buzz in all of your minds.
Oh,
As he continues, he runs. You can see him tackle the nearest crew member, a man who had been like hauling the, attempting to like stop you from getting blown about in the storm. And then the man rushes him, and then suddenly that buzz turns into a terrible scream, and I need you all to make a wisdom saving throw.
oh, not good. 4.
14.
2.
Okay, so Andreas and Siegfried are both stunned. Terminator and Thaddeus Ironbrow are not. Okay, you guys then see sort of the lightning from the sky. You see a lightning bolt come down and strike the ship. Loud, sending an explosion of wood and people from near where the lightning struck. I need you to make a reflex save to avoid getting thrown off the ship.
Oh, God.
Is that a dexterity save?
It is.
What if we're already stunned?
Then you definitely have disadvantage on this save because that's what stunned does.
Okay.
I have dex against effects that I can see while not blinded, deafened, or
Okay,
incapacitated.
so yes, your uncanny dodge ability works, barbarian boy.
I got
19.
I got a 3.
I got a 12 to avoid falling off with disadvantage. Amazingly.
Okay, so Siegfried is the only one who is thrown free of the boat
Oh,
by
God.
this lightning explosion. He is the only one who got below an 8. So he is flung off into the air, and you see your friend Siegfried fall into the water. And Siegfried, as you plummet, you have a brief moment where you look down, and you can see that the water beneath the boat is beginning to swirl
Oh, Jesus.
around a point. Thaddeus.
So Siegfried's in the water. Can I get out some rope and get it down to him?
Do you have rope?
Do have rope, I'm sure. Do I have rope? I have rope. 50 feet of
Do
hempen
you
rope.
have a grappling hook or something that's going to make it like heavier, or are you just throwing a rope down?
I do not have a grappling hook. I'm just throwing a rope down to him.
Okay. Give me a dexterity sleight of hand check.
$18.
So he has not fallen more than 50 feet yet as he hits the water, and you throw the rope down and it strikes him. And it is then Terminator's turn.
I run over and try to assist with the rope. No, actually, no. I guess I don't. Oh no, I guess I go after the freaking dangerous crustacean man. Whatever he is.
Dangerous crustacean. This isn't funny.
I'm gonna attack him.
Ow! Why are you doing this to me, my friends?
You are food for father. What'd you get?
Whoa. Okay. 14 to hit.
14 hits.
Alrighty then. I do versatile. Yes. 11. Oh wait, I do rage, by the way. I go into rage. So, it is
13 damage.
13 damage.
Siegfried.
And then, well, hold on.
No.
Oh, no, never mind. That's right.
That was
Never
like bonus action, rage, attack, and a move. I don't
Yeah,
know what else you got left, but
That's it.
Siegfried.
I'm stunned and in the water.
You are indeed.
So
That's not good.
guess what? I don't need to breathe, but
You
I am
begin
falling like a
sinking
stone.
into the water. Thaddeus, you see him pass beneath the surface of the waves. Andreas, you are also
I
stunned.
yell, "Man overboard!" when I see him start to sink and not grab the rope.
Well, presumptively, several members of the crew were also shouting "man overboard" when several people besides Siegfried went over.
Well,
When the
I'm
lightning
not
struck.
presuming anything.
Okay. Andreas, you too are stunned.
Yes. What's the stun status do? I just can't.
Oh, so that actually means you automatically failed that dexterity saving throw, Andreas. You are also in the water.
Oh. That's all right. I like the water. I'm a good swimmer.
And now it is Enoch's turn again, and you see him turn on Thurman and attack with just like a speed unlike any creature you have yet to see as he swings both of his claws, reaching out and attempting to scrape. And then he reaches his vicious fangs, but an 8, a 10, and a 10 all miss. As he attacks with various natural weapons and fails. Then, Thurman, you watch as Andreas and Siegfried briefly get sort of visible again as the water continues to swirl beneath the ship. And now the ship begins to swirl as the whirlpool sort of begins to form underneath the ship.
It's back on me.
And then it is Thaddeus's turn.
Okay, I was going to say.
As the ship is beginning to be caught in a whirlpool of something beneath the ship as it comes up, lightning continuing to crack in the sky and striking near the ship.
Touch. Gross. God damn, I ain't got shit for you. So he's underneath the water now.
They were like briefly visible again because of like the water swirling and picking up speed.
Okay. I know my buddy Siegfried can't. Oh god damn it! I hate this. Is any of the crew members like trying to help get the guys who are overboard?
I mean, yeah, they're doing similar things to you, but they're also trying to like stop, get the ship out of the whirlpool and like steer it and put out the fires from the lightning bolt striking it.
Okay. Can I take my action to tie off the rope to myself and the boat? Like, oh shoot. Can I tie it off to the boat? Because the other end's down in the water.
So you want to tie a rope to the ship?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh, thank you, dice gods. 22.
Okay. You make a great sailor's knot, having had a lot of practice over the last month.
Beautiful, beautiful. Do I still have enough? Can I use my movement to guide down the rope to try and get in the water to Andreas? And are they by each other or are they separate?
They're separate.
Oh, who's closer?
Andreas. His
Sorry,
turn was later.
sorry, Martin.
I'm fine.
Go for Andre. Can I like guide myself down the rope and get close to Andreas?
Yeah, give me an athletics check to move down the rope. I mean, it's loose on the other end, so.
Yeah. Dice gods. Oh, dice gods. Come on. 2.
You lose the rope as you unathletically jump into the water.
Am I by Andreas though?
No.
Damn. Okay.
You severely failed your attempt. You are just now in the water flailing around.
Good. Let's make this situation.
Thurman!
We're used to this.
It's fine.
This is normal.
This is Panda Bug all over again, guys.
All
Thurman!
right, I'm gonna go after the guy.
Ah, what are you doing? You crazy?
15
Hits.
and 10 points damage.
Okay.
Then 23 hit,
Yep.
and then 5 points damage.
Siegfried, you are no longer stunned, but you find yourself swirling in the whirlpool beneath the ship.
Can I swim to the surface? What's the pull on me?
You can make an athletics check to swim, yes.
Sure. Oh, pretty good at that. 15?
All right, so you're able to swim, and you're now sort of riding the surface of the whirlpool. As you look around, you can see yourself sort of swirling apart from the ship. You briefly see Thaddeus flail through the air unathletically before plunging into the water.
Oh, no. I'm trying to get to him. If I can, if I have any movement left, I'll hit my way to him.
Okay, Andrea, you are not stunned and in the water. As you find yourself sort of floating and swirling about, tossed ass over tea kettle by the whirlpool.
Is there any floats I can grab onto?
I mean,
Pieces
you're in the
of
water. You can attempt to just like swim.
Yeah. I'm just going to swim. But if there's anything that blasted off the boat, a log, piece of the.
I mean, there's definitely pieces of the ship that have blasted off, but they're not necessarily like the ship hasn't started coming apart where the pieces are big enough for you to cling to
Okay.
yet.
All right, I'm going to go for my athletics check here. I got 25. That's a natty 20.
Yeah, you're back up on the surface. You're in control.
Can I
Your
grab one of my
experience
companions?
Swimming is got you on the surface, so you're not risking drowning, having kicked back up and gotten control of yourself. But you are on the surface.
Can I grab a rope or something with a nice critical 20 like that?
So skill check.
All right, skill check.
But you are very, very much not dying and get a good view as you can see Siegfried sort of moving towards where there's a disturbance in the water pool, not swimming as gracefully as you and, swimming about like you would expect a corpse to, but
Okay.
you're able to get a pretty good sight as you look down and you see a giant gaping maw of teeth deep in the water coming towards you.
What? And a quick calculation in my mind: is there any escaping this?
Yeah, give me like a nature check or
Survival, nature.
survival could work. I mean, you're a
Okay.
bard, you can roll basically whatever sort
Ah.
of wisdom or intelligence check you feel like.
Not good. 6.
You expect that this is the domain of some sort of sea monster.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And somehow this Enoch is involved with the sea monster. Maybe this is father.
Enoch turns to Thurman and says, "I will eat you myself. Father shall eat your crew." And once again attacks you with his claws and his bite. 24 to hit, and then a 22 to hit, and then a 21 to hit. We'll do a total of 5 before the half, and then 8 before the half, and then 8 before the half. So that is
It's 12.
12. That's 10.
10.
four,
Oh, it's
four,
round
2.
down.
Yeah, it's rounded at the player's advantage, so it's 4, 4, 2. So that's 10. You guys then hear a cry ring out from the ship. Kraken! And you then see the crew just like spinning into action as they're like cranking on sails. The helmsman's cranking the wheel, trying to do everything he can to get out of this whirlpool. And it is then Thaddeus's turn as he flails about in the dark water, getting tossed about.
Yay. Athletics check.
Correct.
To swim properly. Maybe. Nope, we're just going to drown today, apparently. I'm going to roll a 1
Thaddeus
instead of my
begins
2.
sinking into the water beneath the waves.
The gatekeeper has decided it is my time.
Thurman.
All right. Well,
You look around quickly and notice none of your friends are on the ship.
right. Well, I was still going after this guy in front of me that's trying to eat me.
Sure.
So, okay. 1d10. That's 8 points of damage.
Okay.
And then 14 to hit.
Hits.
3 points of damage.
Siegfried, you have not seen Thaddeus return to the surface.
We'll try to dive and get him then where he was. You don't have athletics?
Indeed, I do.
Ooh, natural 19 for a 23.
You dive down into the water as if you were alive again, and you can see Thaddeus up ahead of you as you dive deep, but your swim speed is not enough to get all the way down to him. But you are in sight of him and moving down, holding your breath successfully. Andreas.
All right, so I'm up on the surface, swimming very gracefully. Maybe throw a couple breaststrokes, maybe a couple butterfly in there. And I see who is on the surface with me.
You just saw Siegfried dive beneath the waves.
On purpose?
Yes.
Is he going to attack the Kraken or something?
Well, don't know where Thaddeus is.
Okay. I'm going to do a perception check to see if I can see where Thaddeus is.
I would say that it's not worth using your action to do that. You probably can safely assume that Siegfried dove down after Thaddeus
Okay.
because they are your teammates.
In that case, I want to get back onto the ship. And there's got to be some rigging or something hanging over. I can try to swim up to it, grab it, and climb back up.
Yeah, seems like a sort of a heroic thing you could do is try to like swim through the whirlpool so that you go closer to the ship.
Yeah.
Give me an athletics check.
Okay. A 4, but hold on. I'm lucky. I'm using luck. Okay, I'm going to roll my second d20.
You have another ability that exists that you can do like on yourself before this. that
The
people
Bardic
should go back.
Inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do that on myself. And I'm going to be, as I'm swimming, I'm singing. I'm singing a song. And this is another athletics check. Come on, 8. And then the Bardic Inspiration is a d6. Come on. 8, 9, 11.
It's 15. It tells
No.
me what it is.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, it is
Plus
15.
2.
Yep.
15 was the DC to successfully go and sort of
Nice.
like navigate to the whirlpool. And then you're able to like reach up and grab sort of the dangling life, the away rowboat where it's sort of started to plunge and came loose after a lightning strike. You're able to
Nice.
sort of hook an arm over the gunwale over it.
Huh. I wonder if I could cut it off my next turn and then my buddies, I can get them in there.
And then now it is back to Enoch's turn, and he continues to brutally attack Terminator. 15 is the armor class with Terminator, so it hits. 2 hits, 1 miss. For 7 before the half and 7 before the half damage. So 6 damage. Another lightning bolt strikes the ship, and I need everybody that's on it to make a dexterity saving throw.
That's only Thurman, right?
Mm-hmm.
13.
13 is sufficient to avoid being thrown off, but you do notice that the ship now has a giant sort of crack in the deck. The lightning that has been hammering the ship has damaged it.
Right.
Big time.
Thaddeus.
I would like to try and swim again. Oh, come on! D&D Beyond. That was an 18. Was until it turned into a 4. So 4.
Okay. You continue to fail at swimming. I need to quick try to find and see if you're like drowning.
I mean, you didn't roll a 1.
He did roll 1-1.
Oh, he did? Oh, no. Well, if this were...
If this is the time the gatekeeper chooses for me to move beyond, then
I'm
so
pretty
be
certain
it.
you're failing at swimming so hard you have lost the breath you held while jumping.
Probably.
So you will go unconscious when you have been underwater for the amount of rounds equal to your constitution score, which is currently 3.
So do I go unconscious if I fail my next one, or I'm unconscious?
You go unconscious if you don't get back above the water. What's your Constitution score?
3.
No, the score, not the
Oh,
bonus.
score. Oh, 16.
So you have 13 rounds before you are unconscious under the water.
What's the chances I roll like shit the next fucking 13?
Don't think like that. Don't think like that. Don't
I'm
think
on
like
the
that.
way to help you. Hold on.
All I have to do is just fucking like doggy paddle for 1 round, and you
Good
have
thought.
me.
No,
Good
you have
thoughts.
to
Good
swim up
thoughts.
several rounds.
Good
No, I
thoughts.
know.
You've been
Well, I
falling.
have it's a doggy paddle round. Then Siegfried gets me, and then we go up together.
The water is also really swirling down here. You're obviously getting closer and closer to the creature where you are, so it's going to continue to get harder as it's Terminator's turn.
All right. All right. So, do I notice that where Andreas is with the boat or anything like that, or anything?
No,
Do I notice?
you're fighting the ship.
I'm
Just got
very-
rocked by lightning.
Well, I get that. Do I notice the ship? Like, am I nervous about like, even as dumb as I am? Do I notice
You
that?
recognize the ship's not in a good shape. Yes.
So I'm thinking, survival wise, I'm probably going to jump overboard. Yes.
I mean, the
At this
ship
point?
might still be saleable, but it doesn't seem to be getting very out of the
No,
whirlpool.
I
and
guess my
continues
point
to
is,
get
do
damaged.
I have to make a perception check at this point to see if I'm
Nope.
smart
So I'm
enough?
telling you what you see, and what conclusions you draw from that are Terminator's conclusions.
All right. So knowing enough, being on the have been on the ocean, I'm gonna look over the side. Do I see the dinghy?
Yeah, you see the dinghy with
right, I jump-
Andreas clinging to it.
Okay. Do I see anybody else? Well, if my buddy Andreas is clinging to it, I'm gonna go in, jump in, and try to get him into the
All right,
dinghy.
give me an athletics check to quick rappel down the rope to the dinghy.
I'm jumping in the water.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I mean,
rolled
it's
a
still
20.
athletics. So you still
Yeah.
jump down into the water. You
I
land
rolled a
right next to the boat.
Not a natural 20. I rolled a 20 total.
Yep, you jump down. You land right next to the boat. With
right,
a
and
splash.
I
And
jump.
Andreas reaches out and sort of clings to you.
I grabbed up to the boat and try to get into the boat.
Okay, so you jumped. It's 10. Swimming 15. So yeah, you can make. You're raging, right? So you're pretty
Mhm.
strong. So I'll say you can pull yourself up into the boat. However, nothing has attacked you, or you didn't attack anything
Right.
now. So if nothing does
Can
that
I
until your next turn, your
grab-
rage will end,
Right.
and you will become a sleepy boy. Siegfried.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. We'll get to Thaddeus. That's a 13 plus 4, 17.
Okay, you continue swimming down, chasing after Thaddeus.
Please just use your arm. Use your arms like this. Stop flailing and sinking. Start swimming.
Do I kick my feet or
Andreas,
You only hear.
you are like you're like panicking under the water, like people who are drowning would do. You're dozens of feet beneath the surface while the water rushes about, and you are untrained at swimming. You're very, very panicked. Andreas.
Yeah, and in lifeguarding, they tell you got to watch out for the person who's drowning because they'll kill you. When they have a frenzied panic when you come to save them, they'll kill you.
Don't give him fucking ideas.
I already told you that. I don't know what you're...
You go to help them, and then they elbow you in the head and start putting you in the headlock, and then everybody drowns. So I have the boat. Me and Big Boy are in the boat. I'm going to use my action to cut the boat free from the ship.
Okay.
Athletics?
The boat goes free now. You can just do that. It's a
Okay.
rope, use a sword. You're heroic.
All right, chop that baby
Ropes
loose.
don't have a lot of hit points.
And then I guess I can't see the boys. They're underwater.
Suddenly from above, Enoch jumps down into your boat, and so I
Ah.
need you to make an athletics check to stay in the boat as it rocks with his weight.
This guy. 17.
You're good, Thurman.
I'm rolling dexterity checks again.
Athletics,
Oh, athletics. Hold on.
which you are raging, so you're real good at.
Yeah. 18. 18.
All right. You are golden. But he then will attempt to grapple you, Thurman.
Okay.
So you need to make an athletics check. And he got a 20.
How much? Yeah, 20.
He got a 20. So what is your athletics check?
Oh.
Keeping in mind your rage bonuses to strength skills.
Hold on. You just cut on me. 19 was the best I did.
So you are now grappling with Enoch.
Okay.
The boat, you now see a tentacle reach up out of the water and wrap itself around Araxi's prize. Thaddeus.
Go. No, I won't be able to do that. Never mind. We will do athletics for 9.
You continue to be out of control underneath the water.
Cool.
Thurman.
All right. I guess I've got Enoch jumping all over me, trying to eat me. Yes.
Yeah,
Grappling me.
You are grappled by him.
All right. So I guess I'm gonna try to escape out of it and get the upper hand on him.
Okay.
Like
give
reaching
me,
back, maybe reach and grab at his back of his neck.
Give me athletics check as you attempt to escape the grapple.
All right. Oh God. Oh, natural 20, 25.
You escape the grapple with your action.
Okay. Bonus action, hand axe.
Sure.
Offhand. Oh Jesus, 7 to hit.
You do not hit as the boat's rocking as you grapple. It throws you off balance. Siegfried continues sinking towards your friend,
Swimming athletically, sir.
sinking
With
intentionally.
With a 12.
You sink intentionally. And just ahead of you, you can see the glint of something shiny. Andreas.
All right, so we got this cannibal inside the boat with me and Thurman. Oh, don't you know we're Southern Marines? Nobody beats us. We're really mean. And I give a bardic inspiration with that little song as a bonus action to Thurman.
Okay.
And then I pull out my long sword and I stab him heroically. Okay. Take this. 19.
Hits.
Three points of damage.
He screams in agony.
I say, take that, cannibal. And yeah, I'm fighting him. Fighting for my life here. Are we going down the whirlpool, by the way?
You are sort of loose in the dinghy, so
we need
you're
to row.
sort of going into a different part of the whirlpool than the boat is.
Yeah, we need to row, but we got a fight on our hands. Correct.
And speaking of that fight, he then whirls and attacks you with his claws. He has an 11.
It's a miss.
He has a natural 20 for a 26.
That's a hit.
He has a 15.
That's usually a hit.
Well, in case you have some sort of bardic ability, I'm saying the numbers. You will take 9 damage from him.
Okay. Okay.
You guys hear a
Taken.
cracking as the boat begins to be torn apart by the kraken. Thaddeus.
$13.
Your hand flailing runs into something metal and you grasp tight. And it's Siegfried's hand stretched out.
Yes!
Brother!
Brother!
Thurman.
All right. I'm tangled with this guy. All right, Limerine. I'm gonna go ahead and.
Wow, yeah, stop attacking us. You're dead. Abomination.
I kill him.
Don't forget your bardic inspiration.
Yep, I got it.
23.
15 damage.
Okay.
Then
He looks quite injured after that hit. That was a big hit.
13 does a hit. Can I do bardic inspiration
You
if I
have to
know?
make that choice before I tell you whether it hits or not.
Yeah, I'll make the bardic inspiration. Yeah,
It hits.
D6. I did. I knew it. I knew you were gonna tell me that. Oh, God. Anyway, whatever. It's worth it. 4 points.
Okay. He is bleeding wickedly from the wound that your axe just gave him.
Leave me and my friends alone. Tell father to stop.
Siegfried, it's your turn.
So I've got Thaddeus has got me. We're together.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see that? The Kraken is eating the ship? We're not like in the Kraken's mouth?
You're not. The Kraken's. You don't know this, but
You can't
the
see it?
Kraken is tearing apart the ship with its tentacles.
Like how far are we from that? Because I don't think we would have been thrown that far.
You're like underwater a ways though. Like
I suppose.
Thaddeus
Yeah,
was
but-
falling, and you just like had to dive and swim after following his bubbles.
All right, well, I will try to assist him into getting to the surface. How do you want to do that?
So you would give him a help action because he's still sort of sucking at swimming. So
I suppose. Can he give me the help action and then I can swim?
no, he's the one who needs help.
God damn it. All right.
You don't have a time limit.
That's true. I will help him.
Andreas
screwed.
Dutain.
Take this, you cannibal! And I actually dropped my shield, so I may use my sword two-handedly.
Sword, your shield. Give me a D100.
Okay.
We're gonna say it has a 25% chance, so it could just be a D4. It didn't fall in the water. It clatters about in the bottom of the dinghy.
Okay, and I go at it with my mighty longsword, and I'm going to roll luck because I missed. All right, I'm going to just re-roll that with my luck. Okay, come on. Yeah, 20 to hit total.
Hits.
Okay, and that's a 1d10 damage now. Oh, come on, man. 2 points of damage. I'm going
With a
pony.
howl of pain, nonetheless, Enoch sort of ducks as you swing and that you bounce off his flesh, and he dives into the water.
Going back to father, are you, Enoch? I should have stabbed you when we had a chance.
Lightning continues to crackle in the whirlpool and at the boat, and you can hear the screams of some of the crewmen who have failed to abandon ship yet, even though others attempt to. And you can see some of them attempting to swim towards your boat, but the whirlpool is picking up speed you're quite certain if you don't leave soon, you will end up sucked into the mouth of the Kraken. Thaddeus.
The help action gives me advantage.
Correct.
Oh, we're gonna go with that 20 that I just rolled.
With a pull, you dash and fly up towards the surface. So you rolled really high. You flew pretty good. Like once you get grabbed and like stabilized, your natural dwarven strength helps you swim up
My
and
my
pulling,
natural dwarven strength of 10.
yeah, Siegfried with you. You guys break the surface of the whirlpool and you find yourselves down near the bottom as it's swirling. Up above, up on top of you, you can see the dinghy with Andreas and Thurman like standing heroically in it, eyes
I-
sweeping the water as they see you break the
I
surface.
yell at them to throw us a rope.
Thurman,
All right, I think I have a rope. Pretty sure it's in my. Yes, I have rope. So I throw a rope.
Ah, friend, grab on. Ah,
Give
Andreas, take the oars. Start paddling.
give me
You got
a
it.
sleight of hand check.
Oh, 20.
Woo! 20's coming in when they need to. The rope passes right directly between Thaddeus and Siegfried. Siegfried, it's your turn.
I start pulling him in.
Yeah, grab onto the rope. Start pulling as well.
Give me an athletics check to climb up the rope while it's being pulled. Do you have advantage?
I have advantage.
Yeah, because it's being
Everyone's
held
up.
and he's held.
Went from a 3 to a nat 20, so 24.
All right. Thurman and Siegfried are able to pull through the water. You're pulling up your two friends as Siegfried climbs the rope up towards the boat. Andreas.
Is there any other crew that are savable?
It's
With
not
us.
that big a dinghy.
Okay. Paddle, boys, paddle. Is there oars in the? Please, God, tell
Yeah.
me there's oars.
The
Okay.
oars are there.
All right.
Totally
I get the
insulted the
oars
dinghy.
rigged up, and I start doing my power rowing.
You don't have like buff spells for your friends to be better at this stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, I thought they was pulling
I'll
everybody
take
in.
over. Well, once I'll take over when.
Okay. So give me a strength check to attempt to row against the current of the whirlpool.
Athletics.
Strength. Oh no, you're proficient in water vehicles. So you can
Yeah.
give me that check using strength.
I can use the very whirlpool to use
Yes,
to
you
launch me
can
out.
give me a strength check with proficiency because of
Okay.
your background.
Okay. Is that an athletics check or?
Yeah, if you're proficient in athletics, it would basically be an athletics check.
Yep. 11Zs. But I will use a luck because that's my last
Final
luck. My last luck. Here you go. Aye. 8.
So 8. You are unable to get any traction against the whirlpool.
It's
now you
sucking
guys
us
see
down.
at the very bottom of the whirlpool. Now you see for the first time the gap beginning to open as the Kraken slowly opens its mouth. Thaddeus.
Did Siegfried get us in the
He got you to the boat.
to the boat? Okay, so then can I take my action to pull us in, both of us into the boat?
It depends how strong you are when you're trying to pull a big wet corpse into the water into a boat.
Who you calling wet?
You.
Is my 10 strength going to be able to do it?
I don't know. Why don't you roll it and
Get
tell me?
yourself in the boat. I will climb into the boat.
Fine, I'll get just myself in the boat.
Push you up
Okay.
by your butt. Get in there.
Give me athletics check. Though you have advantage because of the rope that you were able to grab.
At least
15 is good enough. So you pull yourself into the boat, gasping for air.
Just
Thurman!
like just T-posing on the
Alright.
fucking base of the boat.
Is
just,
Siegfried? Where's Siegfried at?
He's right on the side of the boat.
He's on the side of the boat, clutching the boat.
Hello.
Yep.
Okay, so I hand the rope over to Andreas, and I grab the oars. I push him out of the way, and I start rowing.
Okay, you hand this. I grab this. Okay, okay.
And I start rowing my ass off.
Okay, and so I don't believe you actually. I think you picked a soldier background, correct?
I did, but
Are
I
you
have strength
proficient?
enough
Yes,
to
make up
roll.
for your lack of proficiency. So go ahead and give
Well-
me a strength roll because you are not proficient in sea vehicles.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, my strength is still. All right. 14.
Okay, so you're able to sort of keep your position as the water, begins to swirl even faster and fall away. But 14 is not quite enough to be gaining speed to get out of the whirlpool. And we then move to Siegfried's turn.
Climb in the boat with advantage. That's what's happening.
Mhm.
Ooh, well, 19 and 18. Nice. So 23.
Pull yourself up into the boat, water pouring out of your
All
armor.
the joints.
Yeah.
We'll try to assist Thurman if I can get the boat rowing here. Get out of
Give
the-
me a help action.
Help action!
Andreas!
Oh, he's giving me the help action.
No, he's giving Thurman the help action to help him row the boat.
Okay.
Inspiration.
Oh, you want? I can't do bardic inspiration on somebody else's turn.
It's your turn, so you can do it now.
Okay. Yep. I'm gonna do bardic inspiration on Thurman, I guess.
Okay, and then what are you doing with your action?
Can I use it to do the help action?
You can, but there's no such thing as double advantage, so
Okay.
it would be wasted.
I don't know what else I can really do. I'm out of luck points. Yeah, there's really nothing else I can do. I'm just gonna hang in there. Hopefully Thurman.
Don't have a spell for Thurman?
I don't know. I don't have a buff spell per se. I could have some healing maybe for Thurman.
Thaddeus.
I slowly stand up and give Thurman guidance from the gatekeeper to get us the fuck out of here.
Nice.
Terminator
All right,
has
here we go.
advantage, a D4 and a D6.
All right, here we go. All right, so 23 plus
Woo!
a
Big
D6.
first roll.
Hold on.
You get
Plus
to roll another 18.
27 plus. Oh, it's
31.
31.
It's unlikely you beat that, but you get to try.
Thurman, you have advantage. Roll another d20.
Oh, what? It was 31 total.
Yeah, but you
Yep.
have advantage. It could
You
be
could
better.
get a
All right,
nat
all right,
20.
This is true. This is true. All right. Oh shit! I rolled. Hold
The
on.
fours stay. So the
no,
31
it's
is your result.
18. Yeah, it's
But
30.
nonetheless, within a truly heroic and Herculean feat of strength, Terminator, with the assistance of Siegfried pulling on and the prayers of Thaddeus,
I'll get you out. Ow.
Andreas behind him, wrenches the oars.
Get
And
to the
with a
chopper.
Get to the
Fling
chopper.
the boat
Ow.
up dozens of feet towards the lip of the whirlpool. Just flings itself against the current up towards the whirlpool to create some space.
Get down.
I assume you guys do that same setup. Is this now Siegfried's turn?
Continuing to do that, yes.
Andreas, do you have another bardic inspiration for your boy?
I do not.
Ooh. What you doing then? He's
I'm
already
just
received a help.
I'm just gonna hang.
Just gonna hold on and hope.
I'm
Thaddeus.
just holding on and hoping.
The gatekeeper will give us guidance again.
Thurman.
All right, here we go. Oh. 22.
You continue with a truly story-worthy feat of strength.
Ow, ow,
Hook the oars through the
stroke,
water and
stroke.
continue. You now can see the behind you, the kraken sort of coming up, piercing through the whirlpool, and its mouth passes just behind Andreas, who dives forward so he doesn't get caught by the teeth. And then the body of the kraken lunges, pushing you away as it engulfs Araxi's prize, pushing you guys off into the sea with the wave of its body breaching the surface and driving you out into the ocean, where Thurman continues to pump, quickly growing exhausted and passing it to somebody
Relentlessly.
who's not exhausted and has
Ow, ow.